So, Baringo people decided to do away with Gideon Moi visiting William Ruto in State House. Before I display that video, here is what Gideon Moi said, and trending. Gideon Moi bows out of Baringo senatorial by-election as his supporters protect. KANU SG George Wanaina confirms party will not field a candidate. Move allows Wednesday meeting with President William Ruto. Now, in this video, I am going to tell you why Gideon Moi decided to rush to State House, and you will be shocked. How many of you recall when Macharia, SK, the citizen boss, had an handshake with William Ruto in State House? We saw Uhuru and William Ruto in Chaweri, and now today is Gideon Moi. Remember, all these people are holding Standard Group media, stations. Uhuru Kenyatta holding KTN, if I'm not wrong. Gideon Moi Standard and Macharia Citizen. There's something cooking. On the same note, the other day, people like Farouk Kibet, Dennis Itumbi, said that this media should be regulated. And it was led by this gentleman, Kabogo. And he said that as ICTCS, they are going to ensure that this country remain vigilant based on the media personality. Now, this is what is looming. Number one, William Ruto want to make this country to have only 3 or at least maximum of not less than 4 media group. That is what we have seen, and that is his movement. Because these people hold high percentage of media group. Nikisema Citizen, simanishi at sasa ni Citizen peke yake. You should now try to expand your brain, because Citizen imebeba hadi Inoro, imebeba hadi Ramogi, all those media group. The same way to KTN, the same way to Standard. That is my point of view. The second one, Gideon Moi, his father looted this country, and he want to protect his father's wealth. We know how Moi used to steal with this total man be what, and all of them are dead. That is why I said, you better just work for the people rather than looting. And now, because William Ruto is also a looter like them, they want to protect their property. And protecting their properties, they must come together. So dynasties are coming together. That is what he did. Sorry, he also did it to Uhuru Kenyatta. He had to meet Uhuru Kenyatta and discuss some 2-3 points of view. Now, so far, William Ruto have met Raila Odinga, William Ruto have met Uhuru Kenyatta, William Ruto have met Gideon Moi, William Ruto have met SK Macharia. These are the four, these are the men holding economy of this country. They are billionaires, whichever description we can give them. But remember, all this wealth, as much as they try to sweat, let me use that term, but almost 85% of their wealth, they looted from the government. I am saying this without fear of contradiction. And that is why the people of Baringo are saying, no Gideon Moi, no election. Why are they saying that? Because this man is a threat to William Ruto. Today, if Gideon Moi rise up and say that he's gonna be a presidential candidate 2027, now people from Rift Valley will say we have our son, and our son is vying for the presidency. So Ruto also fear, it takes us to the third point, Ruto also fear that Gideon Moi might rise up as Uhuru Kenyatta. When Kenyatta died, Uhuru Kenyatta was sponsored by the late Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. And that is why he appointed Uhuru Kenyatta instead of appointing, that time we had Kalonzo, Raila Odinga. It was Kanu, if I'm not wrong. And he appointed Uhuru Kenyatta to be a flag bearer. You can recall. We also have this gentleman, this CS, he used to speak, alikuwa na macho ine hivi, I don't know the name. But anyway, I'm just trying to specialize why Gideon Moi visited State House. Lastly, it is all about power sharing. Babangu alikufa, wewe ukaniacha mayatima. Mimi nilikublock usingie kwetu kwa sababu you didn't want to welcome me in your political arena. I'm trying to see how Gideon Moi was imagining. And now, you are now the president. Of course, kanga achi manyoya. Hapa ndio nilelewa, hapa ndio niligrow, hapa State House. Nataka kuona kazi yako imeendeleaje. Lazima tufanye hii kazi, tufanye hii deal to protect our own property. There's this social molasses energy Gideon Moi is having, and it was also blocked by court. Now, Gideon Moi also have this political interest. So he talked the president and his business to be now returned to him functioning. That also might work, and you know that very well. So politics is all about dirty game. And the advice I can give to this son of Moi, that when the deal is so good, you must also think twice. Kikulacho kingoni mwako. Mtu unaweza cheka naye, pia anakupangia vizuri sana. Na hapo ndiye anakupata. Maybe ameshinda kukuwinda, but now he has decided to make his own political movement. Remember, William Ruto is also having son. And he don't want someone who will rise up while he is still alive. Yet his family is not yet been recognized as dynasty. So that is what he wants to be. That is what he is after. And he might want his family to be recognized as dynasty in the Rift Valley. So you must be king, and that is why people of Baringo are saying, no, you are heading into a wrong direction. So all these things are happening just for their own political interest. And I've mentioned the names of tycoons. These people, you should just do away with them. I don't think if there's need of still voting William Ruto in, voting Raila Odinga in, voting Gideon Moi in. In fact, we Kenyans, we should just sweep all of them away and bring new fresh blood. And I've mentioned the name, rather than still recycling these old men who are looting this country left, right, and center, day and night, with no reason. They have nothing to lose, but instead of building this country, they are only thinking of abduction, illegal arrest, murderous regime, which of course they are. And that is why Omatara said, the moment he will be declared, he will arrest William Ruto. And I like that spirit. I, even myself, if God willing, I will take president in this country, I will also do what we call recheck-up. We will visit Kenyatta's family. We will visit Moi's family. we'll visit Oginga Odinga's family, we'll visit William Ruto's family, and in any case, the looted government property, they must return. There's nothing we are fighting for, because after all, at the end of this life, we are all going naked. We better make people, each and every person, to be rich, rather than we want to make ourselves richer, yet it is all about vanity after vanity. That is the message. How many of you had read the story of Mobutu Sese Seko? He built a nice house, and he was the worst dictator. Today is nowhere to be seen. Beautiful houses are not there. And I'm gone so far. Just visit Biwot's Total Man or house. You will be shocked. That is why I'm saying vanity is vanity. So why should we misuse fun? Would you rather help someone who is in Turkana, who is in need of help? That is the question and the answer we now should discuss. Ladies and gentlemen, what are your take?